My name is Alexander Dimasisil, and I'm here to present to you the SWOT analysis of QANTAS. First off, what is SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis investigates the current situation of the organization at a given time in a trend-setting manner as opposed to a backdated one. So this allows organizations to quickly identify both its international factors linked to internal functioning of the organization and its external factors that depend on the environment in which it is evolving. With that said, SWOT analysis is used as a decision-making tool and to assist the development of strategic plans of the organization. Before we look at the SWOT analysis of Qantas, let's look at the overview of the company. So, Qantas has been the leading airline company in Australia and widely considered as the world's leading long distance airline. So, the name stands for Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Services. It was founded by the year 1920. As an airline company, Qantas have built a huge reputation in terms of their impeccable customer service, excellence in safety, operational solidity, engineering, and maintenance. Let's talk about the target market. So they cater mainly to business travelers who are traveling in or outside the borders of Australia. Those business travelers are routine travelers, conference travelers, or emergency business travelers. In addition, Qantas is also targeting leisure travelers that flies domestically and internationally. Now let's start with the strengths of Qantas. So the first strength of Qantas is the successful cost cutting or the cost reduction program that they have. So for the cost reduction program, Qantas Airways has been remarkably successful in cutting 2 billion of its annual cost over the 4 years. So basically this was part of the cost reduction program that was dated back 2014. In addition, the working arrangement between the airlines and the unions have helped to abridge non-essential wage increases, and there has been also a freeze on pay for 18 months. All these factors have helped the company to cut costs. The second is consistent and steady growth in the airline industry. So the company has been doing good from its time of foundation. The company registered steady growth and the revenue inflow has been consistent each year with the support of a solid strategic framework. The third strength is the Qantas transformation program. So Qantas has been facing a stiff competition with its competitors. So they introduced the Qantas transformation program. This program aimed to improve the service quality while keeping their costs to a minimum. They were able to deliver 374 million in benefits and it was proven to be a huge success. So that is a great strength of Qantas. The fourth and the most important strength of Qantas is the superior service quality. Some of their superior quality service includes SMS check-in for domestic travelers, revitalized food and beverage options, expanded in-flight entertainment options, customized meals, and continuous investment in the quality and ambience of the airport lounges. With the four strengths of Qantas, this makes the company a reputable and trusted company in the airline industry. The second part of the SWOT analysis is the weaknesses of Qantas. So the first one is challenging operations in long distance flights. So with this one, when the airline decided to launch direct flights from Australia to Europe, they faced challenges in balancing profitability and demand through the right pricing strategy for their company. The second weakness is the union problems. So for this one, this is a problem that most Australian airlines are also facing. So Qantas has also been facing several issues with unionization. The third weakness of Qantas is the limited international presence. So with the limited international presence, Qantas has been unable to register higher profits or break even in its international businesses up until now. For the third part of the SWOT analysis of Qantas, we have the opportunities. So the first opportunity is more Asian or international destinations. So there's a huge market in Asian countries right now with an increasing number of leisure travelers around the globe. They can easily compete with the other airlines in relation to their superior quality service that they have. Next up is the business travel for both economy and business classes. With a surge in business travel, this can create more revenues from both the economy and business classes and increase the frequency of travel for both classes. The third opportunity for Qantas would be the tie-ups with the international airlines. So for the tie-ups, the international airlines for a combined superior service offerings to customers will help them boost their brand name in the international market. So, based on their weakness about the limited international presence, this will be a good opportunity to take advantage and introduce themselves to the international market in a more solid company that they are now. The fourth and the last part of the SWOT analysis for Qantas is the threats. So the first threat that we have is the tough competition in the market. So Qantas has been facing a lot of tough competition with its main competitors, which are Qatar Airways, Singapore Airlines, and Emirates. The second threat would be the management of costs, mainly the fuel prices. So a lot of airlines such as Qantas has been facing this threat. It is such a critical threat because of the drastic changes in fuel costs as well as their maintenance. The third threat would be A third threat would be the increasing international presence of other airlines. So, with the increase of the international presence of the other airlines, this can greatly affect the business of Qantas Airways. The next topic would be the current strategy of Qantas. So, Qantas is currently maximizing their lead in the domestic market with the network and frequency advantages that they have over the competitors and the continued growth with their superior customer service and with the experience help them to drive great performance in the market. As for the operating strategy, they aim to achieve the top quartile total shareholders returns. So this is aiming in connection to the six strategic pillars that they have. So if we look at this screen, we have the six strategic pillars and that one. That's basically main on the current strategy of Qantas. Based on their strategic pillars, they are currently maximizing their lead in the domestic market with the network and frequency advantages that they have over their competitors and the continued growth with their superior customer service. The next part is the critical strategic issues of Qantas that they are facing. So the first issue is the competition in the domestic and international markets. So for the competition, there are five factors that contributed to this issue. So the first one is the product features, the number of sellers, information availability, barriers to entry, and of course, Qantas location. For this issue, the airline industry has been always a tough competition, not just for Qantas, but also its competitors. On this issue, the key aspects on addressing the issue in Qantas Airways is that up until now, they have not considered looking at their potential in the international market, unlike their competitors. As the flagline carrier of Australia, they should have been more open to innovate and change in the company that would result in a more productive and can get them more benefits in the long run from the business. The next issue is managing and retaining workforce in the airline industry. So this is an issue in Qantas Airways. They have been struggling in negotiating with unions, some of which have been very aggressive with their approaches, like the Australian Licensed Aircraft Engineers Association and the Transport Workers Union. The impact of this issue is that if there is no new talents or workforce in the company, it can lead to non-innovation in relation to superior customer service that Qantas is known for. They may also lose customers and will gradually see that in the number of passengers soon or in the future. As for the key aspect of this issue, Qantas needs to focus more on their workforce rather than sacrificing their needs to make more money for a technological innovation or advancement. Innovation is good for the company if they find the right balance between their employees and the business. They will be more successful in the future if they can balance the two factors that affect this certain issue. That is all for this presentation. Thank you for listening and have a great day. Thank you. These are my references.